Welcome. This is Crime Queen, and if you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. I want to say where we get high on love. Okay. Yes. We are really on a high here with words and numerology. And of course, the aim of this is to um, see how we can make better sense of our world. We have been exploring the book in the Bible, the book of Luke, chapter 22. And I will urge you to take a look at the series of um, presentations that I have done that has really been the bedrock for this presentation. So it has been a journey. It has just been a very delicious, enlightening journey. I urge you, if you are interested in um, this sort of development, personal development and enlightenment, it is the presentation to watch. And I'm saying that very boldly. Okay, so I just want to continue from that last presentation. And before I continue, there is the song on the Michael Jackson song. Of course, I have done a presentation on mirror, but now I am understanding the song about I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I think there is so much more to that song than we really know, because when you are looking in the mirror there you see so much, and that's what has been happening, because each time I do a presentation and I watch that presentation, I am really looking with fresh eyes. I am not looking at that presentation, well, it's me. No, I'm looking and I'm studying and I'm listening to who's delivering this message, or the message. Never mind who, it's the message. So I am thinking, tell me more. I want to know more. And that's how it's been, that all these eurekas and synchronicities are just spilling over. And it's just so delicious. So here we are, of course, trying to keep things in biteable size. Of course, with a very good, delicious meal, you don't really want large quantities altogether. You want to savor the flavor of it, and that's what we intend to do here. So, look, I was looking at Revelation. Of course, we have said that these words would serve as a template for what we are transpiring, or what we are endeavoring rather to accomplish. Now, all I know for sure is that I have a desire to grow and to know, because in knowing you grow. And so if I have the resources available to me, which they are, and they are to you and everyone else, why not really pursue that which is in your spirit to do? And spirit is still um, another presentation I would love to do. So we see as the good man equaling six. We see the 666 here. Now there is lots of um, literature or stuff about 666, and I would like to be able to make better sense of that, but I've never really thought it to be um, a beast with the two horns that would physically frighten, or in the external world frighten us, or but I want to know. Okay, let's just leave it as I want to know. And let's see what is going to transpire, because when we are open, spirit enlightens us, of course, providing that we have prepared ourselves, and which, of course, when you ask, like we see here, and you sit, sat, you sit in meditation, like we have seen in Luke chapter 22, verse 11, and so on, then we know that we are safe, because this is the word that we have been anchoring on. The word sacrifice that has had that has bore the essence of grief, the essence of pain, um, the essence of heart-wrenching moments, the essence of grim. That's the word that we have been using as our template. And I am just really amazed to see what has been developing from this template. And I believe these presentations, in fact, I'm going to make a note and see how long I've been doing these presentations. I think it's only about a month to date or so, or if it is, I'm going to make a note of the dates as well, because today has been another thing. Today is the 12th. So there I was on the last presentation wanting to know what the 12 that sat round on the in the high chamber on the table, the head table, of course, what is that representing in our psyche and our bodies, our spirit, our makeup. And that is perhaps the only bit I need to really put together right now. I'm not rushing this because I'm still, as I say, savoring the moment. But this is really awesome. So there we are. We have this template that we have been working from. So while I was watching and looking at this presentation, and of course, in my reflection, my other W, that was the key. W. Double means two, and which is what I was seeing here from the start of those presentations. I was seeing that there was another you, another two being hidden in that dimension. Mm, 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 mm. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. And so, wow. So what I was seeing here is when I said in that last presentation, I could see myself saying perhaps this is the Jacob's ladder here. I said that. I also did point out it might be it what is termed as when you meditate and you have that serene that goes up to the brain and comes down again as explained in the Kundalini. Mm, 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 mm. Here, there it is. So we have this image or this symbol not only in our makeup, which goes up and back down, which is also seen as Jacob's ladder, but we see that ladder is being what we really would call a ladder here. But of course, there are ladders like that too. Yes, of course, those step ladders. It's a step ladder. Hmm. So this step ladder, wow, Spirit guide me. The step ladder is here, but we also see for those who do not get enlightened, what happens here? How do we explain this part? But this comes on the sea, which is free. So it would seem it's by luck or by chance that they experience that enlightenment, because that is also showing a cycle of enlightenment. But it would seem to be by luck or by chance, or perhaps, I got it, I got it. It's an indication, it's an invitation, the word V, oh my, In this, which I used to call agreement here, in this bond, there is an invitation, an introduction that takes place here in this column. And if you are lucky, it seems like you get enlightened here, but sometimes we are not aware of what really happens. They call it a flux. So that happens, can happen here, but in that invitation, that V here, which what Revelation is pointing here, Revelation is pointing that this is where you are going to get it. It's like Revelation is showing you already had it. When you uncover, it's like Revelation is saying you were introduced to it already. But this is where you are given the chance to be awoken. It's a development. It's a chance to work to see things in a new way. The L here with revelation is pointing with the E2 that you're going that way. You are going forward. That double U. You are not separate at that stage as one you, here. You are W. You are looking in the mirror. Could that be what Michael Jackson was singing? Looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. In that new section. Oh my. That W, which I had no inclination to change, like I have manipulated those letters here. I have changed this one, call it jazz, because that's where we do our jazz. We do our jazz till here, till we come to number 9, where we become protected. There is a seal of agreement that takes place here in the high chamber. It's like our guardian angel probably comes in and intervene at that stage, or Jesus or God, whoever takes intervention here, because we have body, mind, and spirit. There we are, Genesis. But of course, we are protected here, because remember, in the word sacrifice, there is safety. And that we cannot do anything about. The higher powers. And that probably is when we are very young. Wow. We are pure. We can see things that adults can't. Until they say you're telling fibs, you're telling lies. And of course, because we want to be liked, we buy into those things. But we are protected. We are protected here. We are moving forward with that L to that development. In that development, we are still faced with a W that goes upside down because it's M, although M is on the 4, but we have seen how all these numbers are hidden in here because we are all these numbers. We are all of this. We are all of this, which is introduced here. That's why we go through that developmental stage here. And of course, E is there introduced to us, like that W, which is also 5, is being introduced to us, is saying there is something that always tells us no matter what situation we were in, no matter what is happening, our world seems like it's falling apart, but there is an E or a W or a 13 or a B ready, ready to protect us. Nothing can touch it. Mm, 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 mm. So we go into that newness, and of course, with 5, the 5 gives us insight to where the direction it is going. Five is really pointing and saying, this is the way, this is where we begin. We are working, or we are operating from the upper realm, the high chamber. Our eyes is open. I love it. I love it. Isn't that delicious? Our eyes are open. We are bowing. We are on knees here, feeling honored, feeling belonged. Of course, we get off our knees. We stand up. We're doing a fox thing. We're on a journey. We are full. And we are doing a fox thing because we are going to go on a long journey here from the fox. This long journey we are going to do, we are going to learn the different areas, the different parts, the different dimensions, the different aspects of ourselves. That journey, which had seemed like an it had been an alien, we had been sorry, we had been a stranger to. Let's stick to a simpler word. We were a stranger to our knees. We didn't know what it was like to be humble, or to bend down, or to be thankful, to be grateful. We didn't work in a harmonious, balanced way with our hands, but we are doing that now. And these are all the things we are reinforcing as we go along that journey. We are mastering. There's the word master. And the word master also has in it, we could also say water, because this W here turned upside down, because that's what we are able to do when we have followed that. We are able to turn things around. We, in fact, view things from different dimensions when we become, when we get to this point. This point is always telling us that we have arrived in opening our third eye. So we see that T is here in the water, middle. It's the middle of the 5th word it's in the middle of 5 words. So we see the significance of the number 5. I am just very glad that I had published the Crimson Light before having this full this discovery to the extent I have, because it would seem, in fact, it makes the story of the Crimson Light that have published the books 1 and 2 volumes to see the authenticity that lies therein. And I am so grateful that I am given an opportunity where I do not really need to question any aspect of that journey. It is really a beautiful opportunity. So I say that in the sense of the number 5. The number 5. I have 3 5s in my date of birth, and I am a 5th child of 14. That would be 5 5s in my makeup. 5 5. So 25, 2 and 5 is 7. 7 is my divine soul urge number. Thank you. So I'm gonna have to continue this presentation because I still want to look at Genesis. I still want to look at water, which was intended to do. But before then, it seemed, as per usual, going with how I'm divinely guided to do. And so we see, I love the tea here as well, because when we have done this journey, we see that we are on Jacob's ladder. It's like saying your journey is done. You get into headquarters zone and you are very happy to understand that the dynamics of 8, 0, and 1, which I happens to be there looking like a 10 here, and that's revelation. That's revelation. Revelation here. Ending on 9. 5 and 9, which is what we had with, let's see, 5 and 1 on water. Yes, on water. 5 and 9, water. The water is the transparent seas, which is the term used in the Crimson Light, transparencies. I am thanking you for your time to participate in this presentation. So I hope you have found this enlightening, beneficial. If you like this presentation, click the like button and remember to share, because this is how we do it. I really want to scream right now. We share to actualizing self-full love. In the meantime, stay blessed, stay bright, and stay ignited. And spill over with love. Namaste.